My name is Barb Wibbles. I am the breeding manager at Mandy McCutcheon Reining Horses, and I am originally from Eagan, Minnesota, but now live in Aubrey, Texas. I first got started riding horses when I was probably in my early teens. I loved horses ever since I could remember, and we had a riding stable a few miles from where I grew up, and so I would go out there and clean stalls and do whatever I could for free just to be around the horses. My background in horses is pretty much a little bit of everything. You know, we kind of did gaming, barrel racing, and pole bending, and gymkhana type shows when I was growing up. And then when I went to college, I did more of the college rodeo, running barrels, and kind of was in that for a while, and then got kind of hooked on the reining in college with our instructor, our head of the horse department, who was a reining trainer, and so a lot of what we did with the horses had to do with reining, and so that kind of got me involved with it a little bit more. Pretty much my job entails a little bit of everything. Depending on the time of year, I do the breeding, which is you know, keeping track of where the mares are, collecting the stallion, breeding the mares, foaling out the mares. Also the rehab and therapy, which is the aquatread, the underwater treadmill we have. Checking everybody in the pastures, making sure they're all healthy and happy, and that's usually a day of mine. I guess I like the breeding a little bit more than the training. I find that with the breeding, there's the babies, which are probably my favorite, and there's kind of a reward at the end for all your hard work the year before, you know, breeding all the mares, and then that next year, 11 months later, you have a baby, and it's fun to see what the crosses produce, and then it's fun to see them grow up, and whether they stay here and remain in training and showing, or they get sold off to other places, and then you can kind of keep track of, you know, how they're doing, if they're showing at different shows, and if they're winning. And so it's kind of fun to say, oh yeah, I foaled that one out, or I remember when we had that one, and so it's kind of, for me, that's the interesting part, and also fun to see how they all turn out and where they all go, and a lot of them we keep here, and they go on and do well too. So it's very rewarding for me, I think, that way. Well, in 2010, we went to the World Equestrian Games, which was held in Kentucky, and we had a pretty exciting horse that Tom got to show, which was Gunner's Special Night, and we hadn't had him for very long. He had just been here since the end of April, and the games were in September. So there was a lot riding on, I guess, the U.S. team to do well there, and they did. And Tom did really good because he got the gold medal in the individual with Gunner's Special Night. And it's probably one of the highlights, I think, probably of my career, if you want to say that. And, you know, we had a good time, and again, it made it all the more special that Tom won it on the stallion that we're breeding here too. So I hope I'm still around for 2014, which is in France, which would be a lot of fun. So fingers crossed on that one. I'd like to thank Tom and Mandy McCutcheon for, I guess, all the opportunities that I've gotten while I've been here, and all the fun we've had, and all the hard work I've done. No, I've learned a lot, and hope to keep learning, and they've been great to work for, and so I hope it continues.